Hi all! In this video, I will give you a brief introduction about machine learning. I will be talking about the different industry use cases of machine learning, the different types of machine learning, and the different machine learning algorithms. To begin with, what exactly is machine learning? Machine learning is a field of study that gives computers the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. Over here, we have to focus on two words: the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. Now, let's look at another definition of machine learning. Machine learning is a branch of artificial intelligence based on the idea that system can learn from data and make decisions. Over here, we have to focus that the system can learn from data and make decisions with minimal human intervention. The main objective of machine learning is to reduce the human intervention. These two definitions may look difficult at the beginning, but in future it will become easier. Now let's look at certain industry use cases of machine learning. We are all aware of these different brands. These are a household name: Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Netflix, Amazon, Spotify, Tesla, Apple, Microsoft. All these companies use machine learning at its core. For example, we are all aware about Netflix. We know how it works. If I like a particular kind of movie, I will be shown that kind of movie. Basically, Netflix uses recommendation system, and recommendation system is based on machine learning. Similarly with Amazon, if you click on Amazon and if you browse one item that you like, if you scroll down, you'll find that it is always paired with the other items which are frequently bought. This is basically cross-selling and upselling, which is an idea borrowed from machine learning. Similarly with Spotify, if I like a particular kind of music, I will be only shown that particular kind of music. Again, recommendation system. YouTube also uses recommendation system. LinkedIn also uses recommendation system. Facebook and Google works on your preferences. Basically, you would have watched Google ads. These ads are based on your preferences. Facebook's newsfeed is based on your activity. Now, machine learning is way more than recommendation system, upselling, cross-selling. It has something known as object detection, which is used in the Tesla self-driving cars. And then you have your Apple Siri, which is a humanized robot. Basically, you give in the input and you get the output. Similarly, you have your Cortana of Microsoft, which is again a voice assistant. Voice assistant is a classic example of using machine learning at its base. So all these companies use past data and predict future outcomes using the past data. Now, there is a vast difference between traditional programming and machine learning. Now, let's look at it. Traditional programming. In traditional programming, you have your data and your program as your input, and then you send this into a system and then you get an output. For example, the square root function. You have your data, that is, I want to find the square root of 4. So the data is 4, the program is square root, and then we send it into a computer and then we get an output. Now, in machine learning, the tables are turned. Over here, your data and your output is your input, and using your data and output, the computer comes up with a program. This is called machine learning, where your computer learns from your data, builds patterns from your data, and then gives you a program. Now, let's look at the different types of machine learning. So the first type of machine learning is supervised learning, and next one is the unsupervised learning. Now, what exactly is supervised learning? Supervised learning is a type of machine learning in which machines are trained using well-labeled training data, and on the basis of this data, the machine predicts output. Basically, the machine is given both your target variable and your feature variable. That is, your independent variable and your dependent variable. And using this data, it predicts the output. Now, what exactly is unsupervised learning? Unsupervised learning is a type of machine learning in which the machine is not pre-assigned to any labels or scores of data. So, basically, in unsupervised learning, you only have your features. You do not have your target variable. Basically, you only have your independent variable. You do not have your dependent variable. Now, let's dig deep into supervised learning. Supervised learning is divided into classification and regression. Now, what exactly is classification? Classification is a process of categorizing the given data into classes. For example, if we want to identify whether an email is spam or no, this is a classification. Whether a person has corona or no, this is again a classification. Whether a person has diabetes or no. Now, what exactly is regression? Regression is a process of establishing a relationship between independent variable and dependent variable. For example, you are predicting house prices, predicting rainfalls, predicting sales, and predicting profit. Now, let's learn about the different types of classification algorithms. We have k-nearest neighbor classifier, logistic regression, naive-bayes, decision tree, random forest, and support vector machine. Now, let's look at the different regression algorithms. Linear regression, polynomial regression, decision tree regression, support vector machine, lasso regression, and random forest regression. Now, let's deep dive into unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning is nothing but clustering. Basically, we are finding patterns in the data and dividing the data into different classes. So, the different algorithms in clustering is k-means clustering, dbScan, and hierarchical clustering. I hope the introduction of machine learning and the different industry use cases and the different types of machine learning and their different algorithms is clear for one and all. Thank you.